Search and destroy.
What is up, guys? It's Bullseye here, and I'm coming at you with another video today. This is a league play match, S&D on Cargo. I'm playing with two of my friends, Jake, who I played with a long time, since Black Ops 1, and then Influence, who I just started playing with the other day. And so I think right off the bat, I actually get like a 1v2 clutch right here, but so as you can see from the title, what I'll be getting into today is two topics that are near and dear to the Call of Duty community, which is going into the Xbox One and rumors about it, and then Call of Duty Ghosts. So first thing I want to talk about first is the Xbox One, just because it's more expansive, you know. And today, I think Nadeshot actually, he came out with a video talking about it, and a lot of people know about like all these privacy issues, and people are worried about all this stuff with like, I guess something came out, I don't even know when, about how like the NSA has the ability to actually wiretap into Skype chats and calls, which I had no clue about that, but so they're worried like stuff like that's going to be included in the Xbox One, since there's stuff like where you have to be on Wi-Fi at least once a day to play your games, which is really weird. And then the whole thing about like your Kinect always having to be on, that's another thing that's kind of weirding people out, which it doesn't really freak me out too much. That stuff usually doesn't. Like, I mean, I have really nothing to hide, so obviously I like my privacy, but
we lost the bomb.
it is a little weird though. But I'm just gonna like go over, those are rumors, and there's always things to counter that. Which one of the things when I looked up, which I'm actually gonna pull up right here in a second to talk about. I literally, I don't even remember what I searched, but I literally searched like Xbox One issues and like rumors and stuff, and what came up was this site, and it talked about how, you know, yes, there is a lot of weird privacy stuff going on, but at the same time, you can actually like protect yourself from it, and there's like options, just like Facebook. You know, Facebook, they are known to give out a lot of information to third parties and like other corporations, but
adequate performance.
sorry, I'm trying to look this up right now. But there are many privacy settings that you can change to make it so they don't get a lot of your stuff. So, just going through it, the first thing that I remember is that there are, instead of having only 100 friends, you can now have up to 1,000 friends on your friends list. And that's pretty incredible. So you're no longer going to have to be like, oh, sorry, can't add you, man, I'm going to have to delete someone else or anything like that. You can actually just go right ahead and add them until obviously you have 100 friends, or 1,000 friends, which I don't think many people will have that many friends on Xbox. If you do, I'm sorry, but you have like no life. So some of the good things about the Xbox that I've seen is you can control your TV without using your controller. So obviously, like the Xbox 360 had a controller. If you were watching like Netflix or any movies, they would have like a pause, play, and all those cool buttons. So you didn't have to like have your wired or wireless controller everywhere. But if you guys haven't known about this, there's an app for, I believe, iPhone and Android. It's called Xbox Smart Glass, and you can use that for the same thing. So it can be your own little remote. And that will work seamlessly, supposedly, with the Xbox One. The next thing is, the good things about the Xbox One is that they're actually allowing you to buy digitally, meaning you can buy all your games you want online at the launch date. Like the first day the game comes out, you can buy the games, which I think that's really awesome. The next thing would be just all your games, you can put them right up in the cloud so you can play them wherever, which they were also talking about how a lot of people are complaining about how you can't just like give your game to someone else. You're actually only allowed like one like giveaway, I guess, per game. Like you can lend your game out to one friend only once. So I think they're doing that just because especially with the, I don't know if it's gonna be for the online, but I get why they're doing that. It's a little weird again. That's kind of like one of the WTF moments, but you can put it through the cloud. So let's say you go over to someone else's house to play, but they want to play one of your games that's in your cloud. All you have to do is log on to your ID and they can play it. So that's a cool like little, I don't know, that's a way to get around the whole like you can't lend games to other people. What else do I see? So yeah, obviously there's privacy options for the Kinect. And a lot of just weird stuff with like the corporations, like how you can't, like when you sell your old games, like Microsoft takes full use of them. So there's no, basically the corporations and like the leaders in the game market, there's no competition anymore. So they bump rented game prices or used game prices up a lot. Always on connectivity, so you always have to be on the Wi-Fi basically, which is also really weird, even for single player games. And yeah, so that's the gist of it. So there's a lot of weird, sketchy stuff that's going on with the Xbox One, and obviously E3 is going to be this week, so I guarantee we'll hear more about like what they're gonna say, what Microsoft's gonna say about it. But either way, I've had the original Xbox, and I've had the Xbox 360. I was thinking about buying the Xbox One. I still am. I don't know. It all depends on what I want to do. I've heard rumors that Call of Duty Ghost is actually going to be on Xbox 360, just because they don't know how it's going to work on Xbox One. If you guys didn't know, Xbox Ghost is actually going to be coming out on the PS4, Xbox One, Xbox 360, and I believe the PS3. So it's going to be on a lot of consoles. Alright, so now let's get into Call of Duty Ghosts. Let me check how much time we got here. Alright. So Call of Duty Ghosts, the next installment of Call of Duty. Every time I go on, like, watch a YouTube video on the next Call of Duty, it's always like, people who are like, I'm not gonna fall for Treyarch or Infinity Ward's bullshit, you know, I'm not gonna go and do this, I'm not gonna buy this game, they're not gonna get me pulled in again. And yet every year that Call of Duty comes out with a new game, it's there's just more and more people buying it every year, and it's crazy. So do I think a lot of people are gonna buy Call of Duty Ghost? Hell yeah. I mean, I don't think it's ever the sales might decline eventually, but to be honest, it's not gonna decline for a while. I think Call of Duty is still a fairly new game. I mean, the first one was like, what, 2004, 2005. It's only been out for like 7, 8 years. I mean, it's a long franchise, but I think it's still got a lot more to go. So yeah, let's get into it. So basically, as of right now, I haven't really looked too much on like the plot of it, but I don't think really many people know about like the plot of Call of Duty Ghost. I've heard a lot of things how it's going to be like semi-futuristic, like not totally modern warfare and not completely futuristic. I've heard things like it's going to be in the past, like a prequel to Ghost, like with the guy Ghost. And I've heard, let me switch this over for you guys. I've just heard so many different things about it, and I really have no idea what it's going to be about. The other thing I heard, which I feel like is somewhat confirmed, is that it's going to be in the future, but there's going to be like a disaster or something where we can't use future weapons, that we have to go back to old weapons. So it's going to be like in the future, but there's going to be modern weapons, like present day weapons. But as for the whole Ghost character thing, people are wondering about the Ghost character and like if he's going to come back and why it's named Call of Duty Ghost. Well, if you look up Ghost and get the actor's name, and you look up the actor and get his voice acting creds and like what voice acting he's done, he's actually in the Call of Duty Ghost voice acting. So he is the actor is in the game. Now whether Ghost is an actor that is playable in the game is still unknown. So that's something else. Now I just wanted to talk about like my hopes for competitive gaming in this game. And what I think. Oh, whoops, that's Jake. That is not me. I hate theater so much. I really think they should fix that in this game as well. But yeah, so my hopes for competitive. Obviously, if I really hope competitive is in the game again. Now, the one way that would happen is that there needs to be LAN. That's first and foremost. And if there's no LAN, there's not going to be competitive. Well, there is, but it's all going to be online, and it's not going to be nearly as big. And obviously, MW2, we had the PCL, and then we had, I think there was some LANs. And then Black Ops 1 was LAN-based, and it was pretty good in that game. And then MW3, obviously, they said first off, they said there was going to be LAN, and there wasn't LAN, and then they said they were going to put it in, and they didn't put it in for forever. So, we can't, the thing that I've learned from Infinity Ward is you can never fully trust them when they say something, because they can say something and barely ever do it. And when they put LAN in at the end of MW3, you know, there wasn't anything to do with it. Like, no one wanted it, because Black Ops 2 is going to come out soon enough. So, I really hope they put LAN in from the start. If they do, Call of Duty will keep growing as a competitive esport, and that'll be amazing. And I mean, I can confidently say that Call of Duty, playing Call of Duty competitively is somewhat a passion of mine, and I really love to do it. And if they put it into if they put LAN in again, that'd be just awesome. Let me see if I can go to here. All right, there we go. But yeah, I really hope there's LAN in it. I hope everything works out. I hope it really keeps growing, because I love to see all the professionals getting a good money from it, I guess, and good recognition. So I think that just about wraps up this commentary. I am still streaming. If you guys would like to see my stream, I'll put a link in the description. As always, follow my Twitter. If you like the video, make sure to like it. If you have not already, subscribe if you want to see more. And then I will see you guys later. And as always, have a great and wonderful day.